Okay, so hi, there's a cat because he refuses to leave me alone. He's decided we're best friends and I have no personal space when he's around. So, anyway, I literally, like 5 minutes ago, finished this sketchbook and I'm excited to get a sketchbook tour out because now that means I get to start a new sketchbook. Yay! So, this is my sketchbook tour. I don't know if you can read the label from right here, but I started this in July and just finished it literally 5 minutes ago. So we're gonna go through this. Warning though, this side and this side are flip-flopped. I will eventually be going over both sides, but we're gonna go in order because that's how I like to do things. So we're gonna go in order just from page to page to page. So this is all my notes. Right now they're upside down because I flipped over the sketchbook once I got halfway through. And so they're upside down for my viewing ease. And then this is a giant Zoom Ed sticker that I got at a reptile show because I go to reptile shows a lot. So a lot of people I see on YouTube are like, I don't know what to do with the front page, help me. And a lot of people I've seen just do like palettes and stuff, but one person I saw that I really liked their idea was you start a sketchbook with a self-portrait every time, and I kind of liked that, so I decided I wanted to do that. So we did that. Yeah, that's apparently what I look like in July. July 20th. It took me however many months and 10 days. I'm not gonna do the math. I don't feel like doing the math. So then we're gonna skip this. Don't even look at this side. Don't do it. This piece is one of my characters, and a friend I started talking to asked for a picture of him, and I've only ever drawn one picture of him, and it was awful. It was several years ago, so it was really bad. So this piece is, I was thinking about editing her hair, and so I saw this picture on Pinterest and I really liked it, and I thought that's a great way to change her hair, so I decided to do that. And I really like how that one came out. And then that one, I made a sim with a lot of custom content, and she's got elf ears and she's got a little beret. So I decided I liked her enough to make her an actual character, so that's a concept page for her. I haven't done much with her since because I am the worst. That's a picture I did for somebody, and I'm bitter and petty, so I wrote gross on it. Yep, not gonna talk about that. I don't even know if you can see that one. I don't even know if it shows up on camera, but that one I did with a new pencil that my uncle gave me. He gave me a bunch of art supplies from a guy who used to be in architecture, I think it was. It's been a while. And so I got a blue sketching pencil. It's like a drafting pencil, I think, but it's just lead, and it's really light and soft. I had to push down really hard to get those dark eyebrows, and they're not even that dark. So a lot of this side, since I went over and did this side next, a lot of that side is covered with pieces of paper so that it doesn't transfer. But that's Hysterium. She's my friend's character. She got a bobblehead, and I'm sorry, Sam. My bad. This page was just me kind of sketching. I don't know. I drew an orc and an eyeball. And then later I drew this one dude because I had watched Jazza's video on like ways to make your sketchbook look prettier. I don't remember the exact title, but yeah, it's something along that line. So I drew concept pieces for him. I have a bag full of little strips of paper that have random ideas on them, so if I ever can't come up with an idea or something, then I'll look at those. This one says, a man with long, feathery, raven-like hair. He dresses in black furs and carries a crooked black staff covered in mouse skulls and swirling with orange magic energy. So I did him. This is a lady that I did art for. She never ended up going anywhere, but this page was just kind of random. I just wanted to fill my sketchbook some more. I drew Star, and then I drew Penny. And I don't draw Penny much, but I really like her, so I drew her. And then, I don't know, that was just some rabbit lady with a rabbit mask. I don't know. This is a character that I drew a little bit in my last sketchbook. I drew a headshot of her. I was at work with my mom one day and I was bored, so I kind of filled out her concept a little more. I like her. She's got some random tidbits written all over, but I haven't done much with her other than draw her. But you know what? It filled up a page of my sketchbook, and that's what matters. That's just random stuff. I glued in some paint swatches in there, and I glued in a cat tag that came off of my cat backpack, because I don't know, I can. So yeah. And then there's this little sticky note cover that has a picture of Bloom under it. August started, and I tried to do Smogist, which is you draw a dragon every day of August. It didn't last super long, but it got me some practice with dragons, and that's what matters. And then there was a picture of this lady holding her neck on Pinterest, and I liked it, so I drew it. And then, I don't know why I was watching Emperor's New Groove, but I was watching Emperor's New Groove, and I was originally going to draw Yzma with her big hat, but I just drew her with her little beanie wrap thing, I don't know. That she wears on some scenes, but I actually really like it. I like how it came out. It's just kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. I'm really obsessed with Emperor's New Groove, so I don't know. I like it. Yeah. These are more Smogist pictures. I just kind of filled in an entire page with them. So we have Smogist 2, Smogist 3, Smogist 4, and Smogist 5. I don't have a lot of like original dragon ideas. So I mostly drew just my Flight Rising dragons, which I don't play Flight Rising often, but I play it enough. So there's those. So for another day in Smogist, I drew Star's dragon form because Star matched those colors. So that was another day of Smogist. So I doodled Star again because, I don't know, for a while in the beginning of my sketchbook, I was really obsessed with drawing Star. And then I drew a random eyeball and a random nose. And then I found a song that reminded me of Jerry and his relationship with Cora right now. Well, at August anyway. And it's Jacob Bark's Chain Smoking. And so, yeah, I drew Jerry. And I actually really like how that one came out. Yup. More Smogist doodles. I drew Crow's dragon form and then just a random dragon. And then in that little pocket is my tank top straps, because a few of my tank tops, they have lacy straps and they rip all the time. And so they get messed up all the time. And so I just cut out the annoying bits and put them in a pocket because why not? This one got all bled through, but it's a bunch of Smogist doodles and a rose for some reason. Yep. And then some more Smogist doodles and a paint swatch. I just apparently wasn't feeling inspired that day, and so I put in some paint swatches and an admission ticket to a livestock show, because Mama wanted to go see the piggies. This was me trying to create an Overwatch. So I took a bunch of notes. I'm not really good at doing sci-fi characters. I'm mostly fantasy, so whenever I do try to draw a sci-fi character, it's way off. I tried to draw Soldier 76, and his hair is a bit wrong, but overall it's okay. This was a bunch of math I did for school and some xenomorphs. And then I tried to draw Walter, and it was not working for me, so I gave up real darn quick. This is a doodle page. This was a really bad day for me. I lost a few friends for reasons I won't go into because I don't want to get all negative and stuff, but basically I was having a bad day, so I was trying to doodle it all out and just kind of passed it via drawing and just kind of fill the day. My Patreons were able to vote a few months ago on me redoing a piece, and I was really excited for one of those pieces. Kind of redrew it, not 100%, but in this page are a bunch of chicken feathers because I have chickens and they shed feathers like crazy. But hey, I'm obsessed with feathers, so that's a good thing for me, so I kept them. This is just a doodle page. I saw a video on creative stuff to do with your sketchbook pages, and I kind of wanted to try out some of the concepts. So this one was drawing stuff you like and then filling shapes in around it, so I did that. Yep, I really like her. One of those other things was just do a bunch of patterns that cover over each other, like keep drawing around the same shape over and over and over again. And so I took my highlighters and my pens from school and I did that. This one was, the person said, if you can't look at a giant blank page and come up with something, then just divide it into sections and fill it up by that composition, so you have a specific thing to go off of. So I tried doing that, and I like that one a lot, and I kind of like that, surprisingly. And then stickers. And then I really like how this one came out, just because the background, the green, which I tried to emulate, is that the right word? Emulate? In this piece, which I really like how this one came out. I haven't done a marker piece in forever by the point that I drew this piece, and so it was kind of nice just to do a marker piece for once. Page, so I have some anatomy doodles. My handwriting is pretty sometimes because this bled through to here, and usually I'm good about guarding that stuff, but I wasn't today. So another doodle page. I saw a picture of this kind of pose on Pinterest and I thought I could draw it. I couldn't, so I turned this into just a doodle page, and this is Amoeba Marvin. Don't know why his name is Amoeba Marvin, but it's Amoeba Marvin. I saw a picture on Pinterest of some chibis. Chiboobies. I say chibis, don't correct me. So I tried to draw some of my characters as chibis. And they're kind of cute. I don't draw chibis often, so it was kind of a nice experiment. Is a page after we went to a reptile show. So that's my Zoom Ed sticker again. And then this is a company, I think it's just a dude, but he was there and he had a bunch of like wet specimens in jars and stuff, and I bought 2 from him and it's super cool. But that's his business card. I'll flip it over, give him some free publicity. Yeah, go check them out. Whoop. And then this is covering up this little chibi. And then I was kind of running out of stuff to draw, so I drew Jerry as a chibi. I really like the idea of Jerry being a chibi because it makes him angry, and so I drew him as a chibi because he's adorable. And then I drew that girl because she was an Instagram person, and I really liked her, so I drew her. And then I told my little cousin not to write in my sketchbook, and she did it. I see you. I know what you did. On this page, there was another Instagram model that I found, and I drew her because she was super pretty. And then I had highlighters, so I decided to color her hair and do a random pattern at the bottom because, I don't know, I could. This is one of my favorite pages in this sketchbook. This is supposed to be just a regular mermaid, but then I made her into an axolotl mermaid because, I don't know, I could. This is one of those ones that I'm halfway debating doing digitally because I don't know, I kind of like it. I think I was watching ocean documentaries when I drew this. I'm not sure, but I think I was. And then there's a dried flower because there was a flower out in the backyard. And so I grabbed it and I put it in there. After drawing that mermaid, I decided I wanted to draw a centaur. So I tried to draw a centaur, and I'm not super in love with her, but you know, it was something I don't usually draw, so that's good. A bleed through page where I drew one thing and then I just left it because this was when Inktober started, and so I decided to just kind of leave that page just bleh halfway because I wanted to get Inktober done. So day one of Inktober was Swift, and so I drew Tracer because who else would I draw? And then that day we went to a friend's farm, and so I drew Tracer in plaid because, I don't know. As you can see, my brush pen work is not, I got excited and thought I could do brush pen work. I don't know why. I've never done brush pen work, but that was a brush pen. So, yep. Day 2. I went through a lot of different, well, not a lot, but a few different Inktober prompt lists. I didn't just go by the one made by the Inktober dude. I don't know. But I went through a few different prompt lists. One of them was different kinds of witches, and so day 2 I drew a student witch, and she's got a teeny tiny little kitty next to her. And you think, considering how much I love cats and how many cats I have, I would be better at drawing cats, but I'm not. that one, Crossing 1 a.m. rainy theme came on, and one of my characters decided they wanted to be drawn, and so I drew them. That's day 3. Day 3 was poison, and so I drew some random undead licking the poison off of her dagger. Don't ask me why, I just did. Then Art Snacks came, and so I got a bunch of different stuff for Inktober. And I wasn't digging the red ink. It wasn't as pigmented as I thought it would be, but it wasn't bad. So that's what I got. I got a bunch of different liners, and I still use them. I love them to death. I said Art Snacks box. I got a dip pen, which I had only ever used a dip pen once before this point, and so that dip pen was really cheap and old, and so it was really scratchy, and I was like, oh my god, why do people like these? They're awful. But then I got the one from Art Snacks, and I was like, oh, that's why people like them. And so I tried to do this portrait, which ended up getting a lot of smudges and little issues with it, and it made me sad. But I kind of like how this came out. It was definitely experiment, to say the least. And then day 5, the prompt was divided. And so I drew Jerry holding his own head, because Jerry would definitely do that. And this one, day 6, was underwater. And so I put on a bunch of ocean documentaries on Netflix. And then I drew my Naga character. Day 7 was Sentinel, and so I drew Lion Eyes because after some incidents, she decided to move to Darnassus and train to be a Sentinel, so I drew her. And I really like this piece. I'm really happy with this piece. I just really like it. This one took ages upon ages. For day 8, I drew Saint. And I looked up a picture of a saintly portrait, and it was just this lady holding this flaming heart in the center of her chest, and then this hand, and I really loved it, and so I drew my Naru character as that. And I tried stippling, and stippling takes forever and ever and ever, but it was really kind of both stressful and relaxing, and so I really liked it. But I really love how this one came out. It's really pretty. This is one of my favorite Inktober pieces. I just really love how this came out. And day 9 was fat. And so I drew one of the few fat OCs I have. I need to make more heavy ladies, darn it. This is Maggie. And she's got vitiligo. And this is actually a piece that I wanted to paint digitally ages upon ages upon ages ago. But the piece was in a external hard drive, and that external hard drive broke because my cats knocked it over one too many times, and so I lost that piece. But I decided, since there was the prompt, I would draw her, and I draw her in that same pose. And yeah. And then this one, I have a tag on one of my blogs that's just for stuff that I want to draw, and one of them is this guy staring out a window, and I thought it fit Crow really well, and so I drew him. There was this picture of this bloody lady on Pinterest, and I thought it fit Star in her fighting, but I do not like how this came out at all. It's a lot like a piece that I would have drawn my junior or senior year of high school. 16, I found a piece that really felt like Zingara. I pronounce it Zingara. I promise you I'm pronouncing that wrong too. But I found a piece that I really liked, or a pose that I really liked that fit her, and so I drew her doing magic. And then I messed up on her arm, so I put the sticky note there, but I think I glued it down, so. Day 11 was Fox, and I regret coloring this one. I really liked the sketch, and I really liked the line art, but once it got colored, I think the background doesn't help it any. I feel like it just kind of lost something. But I really love the sketch, and I really love how her hair came out. And I tried stippling again, but this one, I have an entire Pinterest board that's dedicated to people and animals, so I can try and practice that. And so I was gonna draw Holly with her horse, but it was not working for me, so I quit real fast. That was gonna be something. Art was not participating with me that day, so that was another X page. And Art finally decided to participate with me. And so Inktober day 12, I did fight. But I drew Raven, and she's all bloodied and stuff. And I didn't color it. I kind of wish I did, but oh well. Lots of sticky notes because I messed up on this one a lot. And then for school, I had to read a newspaper, but I really liked this piece of it because on this side, it's just a picture I really like. And then on the other side, it's this artist lady that takes photos of haunted houses and things. For day 13, it was Bookworm, but I decided to call it Sweater because I drew her in a sweater. I like how her bangs came out, but I tried something different with them, so, you know. I accidentally skipped a page. Oops. And I have an issue with I only want to do my sketchbooks in order. So I didn't want to go back and draw on it because then it would be out of order. So I just drew a rainbow on it. Or clouds, I don't know, something. And then I went to Chicago for a week and I didn't do much, but I did. Which is, you know, kind of cool. I didn't know what to draw for 14, so I drew my outfit for the day that we were waiting for the plane because our flight got delayed like 3-4 times. So I just drew my outfit. And then that was a sketch I did on the plane, and then I inked it the morning after because I wake up super early in the morning. I woke up at like 7. So I had a bunch of time to just sit and not do much, but yeah, so I inked that. At the airport, I had a tag on my backpack and it was advised that I remove it, so I ripped it off and then put it in my backpack so I could put it in here later. And then this tag, my aunt bought me some PJs, and so I liked the tag because it's got a little Boston Terrier on it, so I put it in there. So then I found a picture of a dude with a bunch of flowers in his beard, and I really liked it, and so I drew Crow with some flowers in his beard because why not? And then I have an idea of a cat lady character, and so I tried to draw her, and it did not work for me. And then this is Hysterium, my queen. Inktober day 16 was Queen, and so I drew Hysterium because, I don't know, I love her. She's great. Yup. This was gonna be an attempt at a character that I haven't drawn before, but it turned out bad, so I didn't do anything with it. And then this one, my aunt and I, while we were at the hotel in Chicago, we watched Baby Driver, and I really liked it. On the soundtrack, it has a song by Sky Ferreira, but I really love that song, and so I just could not stop listening to it, and so I based this Inktober off of it. I really liked it. And then that's the end of that side, so now we flip. So my aunt and I were in the hospital in Chicago for a while, and so whenever we ate, they always brought me a thing of napkins with one of those little napkin stickies, so I hoarded them for 4 days and just made a page of doodles for them. And then I saw a picture with the chest angled a specific way, and I loved it, and I tried to recreate it, and it sucked. And then I tried to do a perspective drawing, and it did not agree with me, so that didn't work out very well. And then Inktober day 18 was Beast, and so I drew Crow roaring, but I drew him with this kind of druidic stuff on, so his moose antlers, his furry feathery ears, his long teeth. Yup. And then I wanted to keep drawing for the night, but I didn't want to do any Inktober. But I haven't ever drawn this character. I adopted her once because she's adorable, but I don't ever draw her, unfortunately, so I decided to draw her because I had gotten some colored pencils over the weekend, and they're cheap colored pencils, but they're colored pencils, and that's what matters. And so I decided to draw her. So then for Inktober day whatever, I drew a jackalope girl because, I don't know, I felt like it. Yup. And then I have a sketch page because I don't remember. Oh, we left Chicago and we were waiting We were waiting in the airport for our flight to depart, and so I did a bunch of gesture sketches of people who were sitting in the airport. And then I tried drawing one of my troll characters. Did not work so well for me, so yeah, I don't like that piece. And then this is just a bunch of stuff. It's my tickets, my boarding passes, and then I got searched. Oh no! But I got searched in bagging, and so I put that in there because why not? And then that was a sketch I was trying to do, but it was bad. And then Inktober Day 20, and I think I found a picture on Pinterest that I really liked. For some reason I drew a succubus. I don't remember why. But I titled this one Girly because when I was really young and WoW was still new, my dad had made me a undead warlock, and whenever he played with me, which was all the time because I was too young to play it on my own, he'd always make me use the succubus. So it was kind of funny. I don't like the hooves. Just ignore that and everything else is perfect. And then that was a gesture sketch or a pose from Pinterest. I don't know, but it was that because bleed page. And then for 21, it was AI, and so I drew Ori because I love Ori. He's adorable. And then lycanthropy, and so I drew my one kind of werewolf character. But yeah, and I really like it. It turned out really pretty. And that's a bunch of gestures that you probably can't see because bleed page. And that's some gestures because bleed page. And then I saw a picture on Pinterest. Can you tell a theme here? And it was of a lady with really curly hair and this braids on the side, and I decided I wanted to draw a Lili with that hairstyle, and so I did. And I really like it. I really like how this turned out. It's so pretty. And then I tried to draw a child. Not awesome. But I came up with a stupid little headcanon that Crow calls Bloom his little acorn when she was younger, and it's adorable. And also she stole his sweaters because Crow's sweaters are huge because he's 8 feet tall. More gestures. Another, oh wait, that was actually going to be a serious piece, I think, but it did not work out. It was probably a gesture. I don't know. Another gesture, cause bleed page. Another gesture, cause bleed page. Another gesture. Oh wait, no, I don't think that one's gesture. I think that one's actually a serious piece, but it didn't work for me. A gesture. If I can turn the page of my life. Another gesture. I have a lot of gestures in this sketchbook because there are a lot of bleed pages. That was another page I accidentally missed. Oops. And then I tried drawing a Chibi Carter, but it didn't work for me. She was not agreeing with, well, actually art in general was not agreeing with me that day, so did not work. Another gesture, cause bleed page. Another gesture, cause bleed page. And then this one was kind of cool. So I don't know if I went with this theme on my own or if I found it on a list, but it's red. And I found this podcast that just talks about different like murderers and serial killers and all the facts about them and stuff, but it's like a mystery podcast. So it's not like a documentary or anything. It kind of is, but with like a mystery undertone to it, and it's really cool. And so I listened to those while drawing this the entire time. And I really, really like how this one came out. This is one of my favorite pieces in this sketchbook. I really love how the cross-hatching came out. I love how his hair came out. It's a good piece, and I really like it. Oh my god. So yeah, there's that. I think that was going to be a serious piece, but it was not working for me, so I quit. And that was going to be a serious piece, but it was not working for me, so I quit. And then, for 1 Inktober, I was going to try and draw Moana. Did not work for me real well, so I quit real fast. The sketch was okay, and then I went to line it, and the line art just was not working for me, so nope. And then this one was Hammer, and whenever I say Hammer real loud, I think of Ember's New Groove. But I found a pose and I drew one of my Draenei in it. And it's called Hammer because she's got a really big hammer. And Draenei legs are hard, okay? Difficult. Then for 27, I drew Assassin, which is one of my characters I don't draw all the time. But I kind of like how this piece came out. That was going to be a serious piece, but it didn't work for me, so I gave up. And that was going to be a serious piece, but for some reason it didn't work for me, so I gave up. And then I started a app game, and I really loved it. And so I tried to create a character for it and tried to design her and do a style study for that game. So yeah. Gesture, cause bleed page. Gestures, cause bleed page. Gesture, cause bleed page. Gesture, cause bleed page. Gesture, cause bleed page. That one was a piece that I was trying to do for Inktober, and the anatomy just was not. I tried to start out with the chest, and so it did not know. But then I drew it again, except flipped, and for some reason it worked so super duper well for me. And so this is that Sona from the last series piece. And I kind of worked harder on her design since it was more of a fuller piece. And I really love how this one came out. This one was really pretty to me. This one I might do digitally. I like this one. And then for day 31, I was seriously stressing because for mask, I wanted to draw something really pretty and really detailed and blah, blah, blah. And then I decided, you know what? The challenge was for fun and for growth, and I can just relax on day 31. So I just drew this. Yep. And then my little cousin had some marker paper. Whoop. Had some marker paper and she let me use it. So I drew a bison girl because I don't know, she's cute. And then me and my little cousin were drawing together, and I decided to draw armor. Don't know why, but I did. And then that piece was not working for me. I didn't like the face. The lips really throw it off. Like everything else is okay, but the lips just were not doing it for me. Gesture page, cause bleed through. And then I drew that piece, which I have a speed paint of, which should be right there. Maybe, if I care to put it in, who knows? So yeah, that's her. I really like it now that I look at it later. It's pretty. And then doodle page, because this, I was at dinner and my plate got taken away once I finished and we still had time to talk, so I decided, hi Rain. So I decided to draw. And then this one, I think I was just filling up space, and so I drew that. Gesture page, cause bleed through. And then I was gonna draw a specific character, but then I just kind of went with what the sketch wanted me to go with, and so I drew her. And I really like how her eyes came out. Her face is yes. So, and then doodle page, cause bleed through. I started getting really lazy around this point because I was just ready to be done with this sketchbook. This page keeps falling off. And then some more doodles because this is Jisso. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I still have to figure out how to pronounce her name. But I drew her in my last sketchbook. That red and white patchy lady with the black dreads, that's her. So I decided to draw her again because I had needed stuff to draw, so why not? And then this is Animathea. I still have to figure out how to pronounce words, you guys. So this belongs to my friend. Oh no, I needed stuff to draw and I drew Jisso, so I figured why not draw her? Yep. And this was a bleed through page and I've been wanting to practice my cursive, so I did a bunch of cursive. And a bunch of cursive. And then this piece, I was listening to an album by some people and it was really like cozy, but I really liked the music. And then I drew this little thing and then I wrote this entire blurb, which was only supposed to be like a sentence long, but ended up being an entire paragraph. Oops, my bad. And then I drew that teacup to fill space, and I'm not going to read this entire thing, so if you want to read it, pause, I guess. I don't know. And then I had a blue colored pencil, and so I drew Frosty. Don't know why, because I needed to fill page. And then I needed to fill a page, and so I put in my ticket and this random other piece of paper that they gave me from Justice League, because I saw that. And then I went to a cat cafe the other day, and my God, you guys, it was... Oh my God. It was an amazing experience because, you know, I'm obsessed with cats. It was great. And then I needed to fill more room, so I put some washi tape, and then I drew a cat. Then I found a picture that I wanted to draw a star in, so I drew it. It's not the best drawing, but it's a drawing. And then, if you remember from my last sketchbook, there was a high school drawing I did of a little elf with a gas mask on. And then there was a picture of a lady with a gas mask on Pinterest, and so I finally kicked my butt into drawing the blood elf with a gas mask. And, you know, it's okay, I guess. I really want to develop this one more, but I don't know, whatever. I really like how the bangs came out. And then I have a brush pen that I want to write more with, but it's really hard to control, so I decided to write some with it. Filling a page, you know, I got lazy. And then I found some pens that I never used, and they're more like writing pens, but I decided to use them in here, and so I drew some wings and some runes, because I'm thinking of an idea for a character, and he has runes all over his body, and so I was trying to come up with some runes, and I like these two, not so much those. And then I did the orange one, and I drew some wings and some horns and hair and flowers and blah blah blah. Filler page. And then there was a picture on Pinterest of this girl, and I tried to do the pose, and it did not work for me. Like, cover this up and it's okay, cover that up and it's ooh. And then there was another picture, and so I just kind of filled this corner with her, and I really like how floofy her hair is. And so my last page is just a more serious version of that last little doodle. And I really like her. I kind of want to do something like this digitally because I love floofy hair. Oh my God, it's great. And the angle of her face actually turned out okay. So yeah, that's my sketchbook. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna put an end card now, and then you guys can go click on some other videos and maybe watch my last sketchbook tour. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.